So check out these numbers. This stat is brought to you by ilovebaseball.org. If you go to ilovebaseball.org, you can see the amazing things they do. You can even sponsor a player for $39 a month. Look at these numbers. Luke Raley has been going off the first 15 days of the month of May. He's hitting 417, 11 runs, 3 doubles, 3 home runs. And I love the speed element too. We're going to get into that in just a second. But Luke Raley, how about what he is doing right now? He is definitely trending up for the Seattle Mariners. He got off to a slow start in the month of April, and partially because, and he talked about earning at-bats. Part of the reason is, man, when you come to a new team, you're trying to get your footing, you're trying to get established. Let's not forget, too, really last year was the first chance he got to play as an everyday player. He was platooning a little bit, left-handed bat. But now all of a sudden, with a couple of these injuries and the way things are shuffled out, with Dom Canzone going down, he's back now. JP Crawford, he's back now. So it's going to be interesting to see how they shuffle this. But when you get a chance to play every day and you have that opportunity to be in the lineup every single day, I really think good things happen. So if you take a little deeper dive into this little stretch run he's had in the month of May, a couple of things that really, really stand out for Luke Raley. First of all, the month of May, the swing and miss rate is way down. It's 23.8%. That's the lowest he's ever been on the swing and miss rate. The other part of this is, too, he's been getting the most amount of breaking balls he's ever gotten in his career. So usually when you start figuring stuff out, the breaking balls come, the swing and miss will go up a little bit because you're not getting fed fastballs all day long. The other part of this with Luke Raley, he's been way more aggressive. In the past, I know this is kind of like a Tampa thing, right? The on-base percentage. Luke has been way more aggressive, swinging way earlier in counts. So it's got me thinking, maybe it's a situation where he's coming out of the gates. The Mariners have said, look, you're 6 foot, what are you, 6'3", 6'4", 235 pounds. Let it eat, big man. Get that bat head out and let it go. And he's been doing that, way more aggressive early in counts. The other part about getting the bat head out, this guy has been pulling the ball way more. You're starting to hear that, right? You're starting to hear around the league, especially with the Mariners, pull the ball. It's okay. Usually, like I know Edgar Martinez was the master of going the other way, hitting the ball to right center field if you're a right-handed hitter. But some dudes, and if you're Luke Raley, you're young, you're big, you're strong, man, get that bat head out. I've talked to more and more hitters now talking about, you know what, I really need to pull the ball with authority. And when you pull the ball and you get on that better attack angle, guess what? The ball goes in the air. So you start to see some really, really good patterns. I talked about the breaking ball. He's hitting 300 off breaking balls, so he's covering that part of it. He's been getting some mistakes that he's been absolutely crushing. But the biggest thing that I love when I'm watching Luke Raley do his thing, and it's old school, but I love it when you see big guys run. It's the speed factor. Do you realize Luke Raley is just 1 foot per second, just a little lower than Julio Rodriguez? He's the second fastest guy on the team. He's in the 86th percentile when it comes to speed. Remember that game on Monday night when it's the 9th inning and you got Clay Holmes pitching, who, by the way, hadn't given up an earned run, and then all of a sudden you've got Rojas grounds out, Julio ground ball single, speed, thank you. Then all of a sudden, Cal Raleigh walk. Now you've got Luke Raley coming up. If you've got a big 6'4" power hitter coming up, and he hits the ball the way he did down to second base, man, you've got plenty of time. You can get that big out. There's 2 outs, but no, he's got the speed. So what do? You rush. And look what happened. All of a sudden, that inning absolutely broke open. So I'm not sitting here saying that I need every 6'4" dude to have speed. It's just that extra element. You talk about the fact he's hitting 417 in this early part of the month of May in this first 15 games. A lot of that is because of speed, man. I love it. So you heard Scott Service talking about how hard he plays. Man, this has been a huge attribute for the Seattle Mariners offensively when you have Luke Raley doing what he's thing. And one last thing on Luke before we move on and get to Taylor Saucedo. He made a comment a couple weeks ago. He said you have to earn your at-bats, talking about when you're in a situation you're coming off the bench and you're going to get put in the lineup. I love hearing that, man, when guys like, oh, you know what? It wasn't this. I was waiting for my turn. No. You have to earn those at-bats. When he said that, I'm like, oh, man, this is one of my favorite players. And that's why Luke Raley is trending up, and he is a big part of the top trend.